Live from the studio of his parents' basement, the Have You Seen It podcast.
Hello and welcome back to the Have You Seen It podcast. My name is Mason Knight. Sitting across from me is the one and only Cash Krause. But before we begin, if you guys can please be sure to smash that like button, comment below, subscribe to the channel, and hit that bell notification as we drop videos here every single day. So with that said, Cash, what are we reviewing today?
Oh, Mason, a long time we've been talking about this one. It is finally here. It's been a while since we've done a Marvel film.
Yeah, it's been a few months.
Yeah.
What was the last Marvel film we did?
God, that's
Spider-Man.
what I'm saying. Spider-Man.
Had to have been
it hasn't
Spider-Man.
even been that long
Yeah.
then, yeah. Okay, never mind.
It's just, they normally turn them out so fast that we
Yeah.
always think that they're here.
Mason, 2022 is the year of the multiverse. A lot of movies are doing it.
Including A24.
Yeah, including people are just willing to do anything it takes to get out of this current universe. So we're seeing a lot of that.
We are.
But it
A lot
is
of projecting.
It is a lot of projecting for sure. But is here finally Doctor Strange, the Multiverse of Madness, directed by the meme king himself, Sam Raimi. Yeah. His first comic book movie since the disastrous Spider-Man 3.
Horrible films.
And his first film in 9 years since he did Oz, the Great and Powerful.
Wow.
Which was not well received at all. But I got a feeling this might be his comeback, Sam Raimi. I think it brought him back into the light because 9 years for Sam Raimi not to do a film is a long time. You know,
Damn near a decade.
Yeah,
I'm no mathematician. But
and for him to get back kind of in the his roots where he started, it was definitely nice to see. But this is the second Doctor Strange film, and it's just blowing up the whole Marvel universe. I mean, the multiverse, it's wide open, Mason. It's here.
It is.
It is here.
Who knows what's going to be next in this phase 4. But yeah, no, there were definitely elements of this film for me that definitely reminded me of Sam Raimi of old, like, you know, Spider-Man 2 with the very, like, horror elements. I will say, like, the film overall was good, and I did enjoy it, but there's something about this formula now for me that I was just expecting a little bit more on the psychological aspect. I really thought they were going to get more into, like, twisted minds type of thing, and it just really wasn't that.
They originally did try to do that, and then test audience said,
This is too confusing.
There's more than one universe, but what about our universe?
Right.
And then Kevin Feige was like, what the hell is going on here? This is not good. So they got to dumb it down a little bit.
I know. Casual film goers are just getting dumber and dumber. They just cannot follow a premise. It's not like the most simplistic to follow. It's frustrating.
So there was some reshoots. Of course, Marvel films always have reshoots because there's so many moving parts. They always schedule that out for reshoots because you never know when you got to connect this part with another movie, you know. So they always do. But this one had some additional reshoots to clear some things up because I guess, and they literally go through 2 different universes.
That's it.
It's not, to me, I thought, holy shit, like, because I kept hearing how confusing it was, how people can't wrap their head around this.
Dude, if you are confused by this film, then you are a simpleton. It is so simple. As far as, like, you know, not time travel, but interdimensional whatever. It's just like the multiverse. It's so easy. It's so easy to follow. Like,
if this film confused you, then everything all once is your mind's gonna.
No, you can't handle it. Yeah, it will literally explode.
It's gonna cave in on itself through the pressure. Yeah, it's. I know, but I was really worried going into this. I was worried we weren't gonna get a lot of the Sam Raimi influence, and it was gonna be because this is where we kind of differ, but. I thought it was going to be much more formulaic than this, and we're really going to see the Marvel footprint on it. But they let Sam Raimi, I think, they really let him do his own thing. Especially you talked about the cameras. They let him do the spinning camera. They let him do the quick zooms. You know, I like that a lot. To me, this really felt like Evil Dead meets a Marvel film. And I was, you know, of course,
Speaking of Evil Dead.
Yeah.
The little cameo there.
Oh, of course. Yeah. Bruce Campbell. He's in every single one of them. playing Pizza Papa.
Yeah, he did Pizza Papa.
Pizza Papa always gets his money.
Hey, give me my money. Hey.
I did laugh at that part where she's like, food is free in most places. He's like, hey, where's my goddamn money? He's like, oh, maybe not in this one. Of course, Bruce Campbell is fucking great. But yeah, they definitely let them do some more horror elements for sure. I mean, this is the first superhero film to be under the horror genre for Marvel. Usually they're like action, suspense, or whatever.
Mm-hmm. There were some horror elements of this, and I did enjoy it. There were technically some jump scares. One got me a little.
One actually did get me.
Yeah, one got me too.
I can't remember what exactly it was, but one got me, and then there was another one that did not get me. But,
because you saw it coming.
Yeah,
yeah, you're like, okay, it's coming.
Yeah, and there's some brutal deaths in this. I mean, you could probably say the most brutal deaths of any Marvel film, especially, we'll jump all around, but there's a scene, and I didn't expect this either, but Scarlet Witch, spoiler alert, she's the main bad guy in this, and she's fucking Elizabeth Olsen in this.
Yeah.
It was working for me, man.
Yeah,
that whole dark witch element. She's checking all the boxes for me, my guy. I thought she killed it too, and she's 100% evil in this.
Yeah, unquestionably evil.
Yeah. And it wouldn't be a Sam Raimi movie without some kind of Book of the Dead, Book of the Damned, Necronomicon. So they got that in there.
Yes,
they got that.
Did. But yeah, it's absolutely crushing too at the box office. So the budget for this was $200 million, which is a lot of money. Turn around, the box office made $450 million.
Yeah, that's. I know, it's Sunday,
Yeah, so that's like opening weekend. We're not even.
That's
done with the
awesome,
weekend.
man. Because they were very worried about what this summer was going to be like. Because we've already had some bombs with the Northmen, some
which
things
does
like
not
that.
deserve to bomb.
But this is setting up a good summer because for making $500 million your opening weekend,
not bad.
That ain't nothing to laugh about, my guy. That's what I'm saying when this is going to put Sam Raimi, regardless of what the reviews are.
Yeah.
This movie's going to make so much money, it's going to put Sam Raimi back on the map for sure. Yeah, so let's get, we can talk about the story a little bit. If you don't know what the story is, this is after the events of No Way Home. Because they talk about it a little.
Yeah,
like,
they bring up
happened. It was a little
Spider-Man.
crazy. They're like, and like no one really kind of knows what I guess happened.
That America,
kinda,
the time traveler had no idea.
Yes. Well, definitely from a different universe. But so Doctor Strange, it's after the snap and everything. Remember, he was gone for a while, 5 years. He's not Sorcerer Supreme.
Nope.
His gal's getting married to someone else.
It's a rough go for old Doctor
Everyone
Strange.
keeps asking if he's happy, which if you're getting asked if you're happy a lot, you're projecting unhappiness.
Steven, are you happy?
Yeah, and he's got to
you?
be like, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But Wong is Sorcerer Supreme. Love Wong. Any movie where we get more Wong, I'm happy about that.
And there was a scene where everyone was like, oh, he could have died. I'm like,
I know. They ain't killing Wong.
no, if you don't show him dying, he's not dead. Trust me, he's probably on the bottom of a rock.
To kill Wong, I mean, you'd have a lot of people upset. But yeah, they're living in Earth 616. Doctor Strange, just a little bit of the plot. He's getting weird dreams of other versions of himself. And apparently when you dream, it's always another universe.
Right. Yeah. And I love that scene with Wong where he's like, so that means me running around naked with a clown chasing me?
American Joe's like, yep, it's
universe.
happening somewhere. Yeah. The scariest universe of all time.
You just get the look on his face like, oh.
Yeah, I know. But yeah, and we're introduced to a brand new superhero, one not from our universe, American Chavez, a.k.a. Miss America, a very new superhero, was just introduced in 2011.
I was going to say, I had no awareness of the superhero until this film.
And this is a thing where we're getting in the Marvel world right now where the villains are going to have to be way bigger than Thanos because everyone at this point, the superheroes that are left, are unbelievably powerful.
Yes.
I mean, gods at this point. I mean, so much more powerful than Iron Man or Captain America.
Right.
I mean, Scarlet Witch walks through those fucking people.
Well, we got to talk about that. Let's talk about the cameos because I'm dying to talk about the cameos. Okay. It was awesome. I had no idea.
That's why I was so impressed with this movie. I ended up liking it a lot more than I thought because all those things that they kind of teased about ended up being better than even what they teased, which is usually not the case.
Right.
But yeah.
But they go to the Illuminati Council, right?
Well, they get sucked into a fucking another Earth where Pizza Papa, that Earth, that universe.
Yep.
Yeah,
I'm very familiar with Pizza Papa.
He always gets his money.
He does.
We all know it. Yeah. But yeah, they get thrown in there, and they have to go find. They want to go find the Doctor Strange of that world. He gets killed, and what's another? I love the element about this. Was throughout the entire movie, every universe they go to, they're like the biggest risk to the multiverse is Doctor Strange. Because in every single one, he turns out to be an asshole.
Well, yeah, and they show him with the statue and everything, so you're led to believe.
Yeah, but it's super Illuminati. Died. They did a cover up. It's classic Illuminati.
Classic Illuminati in every world. They're always covering shit up.
But of course, the Marvel Illuminati is a lot more fun.
Oh, I would say so. Yeah.
Yeah,
Mr. Stretchy and all them.
Mr. Stretchy. That is his name.
That is his name.
In this universe, he's not Mr. Fantastic. He's Mr.
Stretchy.
No, but that was a cameo I didn't know about.
I had no idea, and I loved it. John Krasinski, I was like, whoa, okay.
Yeah, as Mr. Fantastic, smartest man in the universe, gets his ass kicked quick.
Oh, not even a question. He gets literally...
Of course... Smartest man in the universe, worst fucking power.
I know. It's a bad combination.
Why can you not develop a better power or at least get rid of the stretchiness?
You would hope so, but definitely not the case. Does not stay long.
Yeah. Anyways, yeah. We get full Illuminati, Marvel Illuminati, which is Professor X. It's Black Bolt. Yep. It's Captain Britain, which is... this version of Captain America, and it's Peggy Carter, yep, and it's Professor X, played by Patrick Stewart, which the John Krasinski cameo got a way better reaction than the Patrick Stewart.
Same in my theater too. Yeah.
Maybe it's because people knew that.
People knew ahead of time.
Yeah,
because you heard the voice, and that's a very distinguishable. And they teased it in the trailer.
Remember, like his silhouette. Yeah. But he's got this straight up 1980s X-Men wheelchair.
He does. The one that it's like a Transformers X chair, yeah.
So the whole Illuminati, and the Illuminati is supposed to be the most powerful superheroes. It's got Black Bolt, who just, all he does is speak, and it evaporates you. You know, it destroys down to your atoms. Yeah. And he has one of the most brutal deaths I think I've ever seen in a Marvel film.
Yeah.
Is the covering of his mouth and then him speaking and his brain exploding and then collapsing in on itself.
Well, Peggy Carter, too, in that big fight scene where Scarlet Witch throws the shield and cuts her in half.
You're not going to see that in very many. That's what I'm saying. If they had a little more leeway with this, they could have definitely had this film come out in October. Yeah. And it would have been like... It would have been great because it is, like you said, it's the most Halloween-esque superhero Marvel film you're going to get.
Slasher in some ways.
There's so many like horror nods too, especially when she, what do they call it? Dream walking?
Dream walking.
Yeah, dream walking. This is when you can go, it's very dangerous. You get demons in your head if you start doing it. But you can dream walk, you can put yourself in another body, in another universe. So Wanda Maximoff, Scarlet Witch, does that to her other body.
In a different alternate universe because she loves her two kids in a different universe.
And when she goes to that universe, though, it becomes a straight-up horror film.
Oh, for sure.
When she gets the kind of the Carrie blood where she gets covered in the oil.
And she's barefoot walking on glass.
And then she comes out and she's all constricted or whatever. It was fucking scary. I could not believe that Disney even allowed that. Because I guarantee there's going to be some kids that watch this that are going to
they can be a little scared.
Especially when she's running through the sewers and she's like scampering around. It's horrifying.
And I don't know. I just wish they would make content for adults and content for kids. And they did a middle ground here and they did a pretty good job with it, I would say. But I would love to just get like a full-on rated R like Marvel film. And I know we're never going to get one, but something like this, even make it a little bit more gritty, a little darker, like showing intestines after she gets cut in half, you know, with the body. Yeah. Like, that's what I want to see.
You're just living in a fantasy land, my guy.
Well, I'm dream walking.
Yeah, you might be. It's dangerous.
It is. I've heard it is.
Yeah, you're going down a dangerous path, my friend. Because that's never going to happen, obviously. It's a Disney film, and for Disney to show someone gets split in half and then intestines, it's... going to be a dark day at the Disney offices.
Yes, it will be.
For sure. But yeah, man, I mean, it's for Disney to even take this much risk, especially after firing Scott Derrickson, the original director of the first one, and for it being too horror-like. I mean, and then they let Sam Raimi seem to get away with quite a bit here. So I'm really interested to see. Although we've always talked about that it was because it was too scary, but everything I've heard has been just creative differences.
Yeah.
So it could have been just a story plot that he did not like or whatnot, but anyways, that whole scene where she goes in there, it gets pretty scary for a Marvel film for sure. I mean, there's a lot of horror elements, but Scarlet Witch, unbelievably powerful. She has a fucking mind battle with Professor X, which is always cool, dude.
She did. Pretty good, but she bested him.
Oh, of course. But that was a great scene. That's another scene is cinematography and the music by Danny Elfman, which is amazing. But cinematography, I thought, was really great. That whole dream sequence of Professor X was super cool.
Well, and then it's all white, and then she's like in the
he's,
rocks,
he's
and
walking,
it's like falling.
though. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and he's like, "Take my hand," you know.
Yeah, and then she comes up behind him and
snaps the old neck.
Which he's an old man.
So pretty easy to do.
Pretty frail. Yeah. But I know that's one scene where I wanted just... Because it snaps his neck in a dream and it kills him like in the Matrix. You know, if you die in the Matrix.
You die in real life. Mm-hmm.
But I kind of wanted him to collapse and just like a little blood come out of his mouth or something like that.
His eyes did get pretty red though.
I know, but I wanted blood tear to come out.
Oh, that would have been
Wouldn't that
sick.
be cool? Because he falls down and then... I'm sure they were like that. Maybe that's a little too much.
We just cut someone in half. We can't also have a blood tear.
And turns Mr. Fantastic into fucking confetti, which is it's like a Twilight Zone death. It's fucking wild. But I like this because there was definitely you talked about those psychological elements. There was some definitely like high strangeness in this, especially when they go to the universe that is collapsing into itself with another universe.
Yeah.
There's some weird shit in that one that I liked a lot, especially when they're walking through the streets and everything is just so off. Like the cars aren't there. You just see like the lights and stuff. It was really well shot.
Yeah,
well done.
I kind of wish they would have leaned more on like the evil Doctor Strange when they went to the one multiverse, and he's the guy who sent the giant demon beast to capture America Chavez right away. But then it's revealed that it's actually an evil Doctor Strange. I wish they would have leaned into some of those more elements more and like even made it more horror-esque, I would say. I thought they did a good job with what they had. I just, I don't know. I don't know what it is with this one because I did enjoy the film, but I didn't love it.
There was a lot of story to cover for it just to be just that horror elements, you know, because they still had to set up a lot of other things. I mean, because they're bouncing, they're not... I feel like maybe if you did stay in that universe for 2 hours, you know, you would have got more of that. They did need to go to other universes, so it needed to jump around enough to where... But I don't know. I just really love how that was shot. I thought it was so cool. The imagery of him going into, you know, the whatever the building is called that they work at. I can't remember. But the staircase and the ocean behind it.
Yeah.
Looked really cool. And then him going up to the office and there's like the black hole swirling. And
how about this too?
And the doctor, he wasn't just super evil. He lost, you know.
Right.
He was trying to do something to where he was trying to save Catherine or whatever her name was. And then he started going into other universes, just killing all of them.
Yeah, but that scene was insane, though, when he kicks him off the balcony and he gets
loved
impaled.
It. Yeah.
I was like, okay, that's
cool.
kind of hardcore for Disney to do that. And, too, something else has got to terrify children who may potentially have seen this, was Doctor Strange. This was actually one of my favorite parts of the film, and it was hilarious when he was having a conversation with America, like an emotional scene. But he goes, oh, well, we can dreamwalk into bodies, and who said they have to be living? So he dreamwalks into his dead body from another universe.
It was the most Sam Raimi thing you will ever see, of that corpse popping out of it, and the practical effects. Yeah. Well, it was straight up Evil Dead. Like, it came straight. It
did, for real.
And the amazing practical effects, too, of the body decaying and how he walked. It just hit everything for me, man. I liked that a lot. It just felt like, I don't know, Sam Raimi really enjoying himself with that.
And me and Devin were in the theater watching this, and we started laughing out loud when he's like doing the really emotional scene with America when she's on like the sacrificial whatever, and he's a zombie, and it keeps going back and forth, and his jaw's like hanging out. And he's like, "You can do this. We believe in you." You know, shit like that. It's so funny.
Yeah, I love that whole zombie scene. Was fucking great. And you knew it was gonna come back to play too once he buried the body.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep.
But I didn't think it was gonna be like that. And then we get a fucking demon battle. Yeah, when he's at one point able to harvest the demons that were torturing him. That was pretty cool.
Pretty metal.
I liked all the arms too around him. It was like a kind of, it looked like a Hindu
wings.
thing. Yeah, I mean, it was cool.
When he was flying with all the demons on his back or whatever. Yeah, that was sick.
He had the demon cape.
Super metal. Yeah, dude, it doesn't get more metal than that.
Then they have the big battle on top of the throne or whatever that they made for. Super cool.
Yeah.
Probably my least favorite things about these was the more Marvel elements for sure.
Yeah.
Was like the buzzsaw scene or whatever, where he cuts that. Like, why did he not use the buzzsaw to cut that fucking alien
Monster in half. Right, exactly.
Like the whole time, he's fighting these things for 30 minutes. He cut a bus in half. You can't.
Why not just use that to kill the beast?
But I thought the girl playing American Chavez did a fucking great job. I thought she was a great actress. Her name is super hard to pronounce, but I will. It's like a Chotel Gomez.
Chiwetel Ejiofor?
It's like Chotel Gomez or something. No, you're.
Oh, that's the wrong one. That's Sorcerer Supreme. Carl Mulder.
Yeah, that's Carl Mulder. He's in a ton of stuff. But
it's that's a weird name.
Chotel Gomez. I believe that's how you pronounce it. Yeah.
Something like that.
But I thought she did great, man. She does a really good job of being very wary of every Doctor Strange, because every Doctor Strange she runs into wants to kill her to take her power.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's got a really good kind of subplot with the whole thing of, I love just the elements of Scarlet Witch, I love how he met her and it was like the orchard and he's like, oh, she put this whole thing behind her. And then find out
she screws up.
Pure evil, dude.
Well, and I thought that was so strange. I was like, they fucked up in the editing room because she said America's name.
It was way too obvious.
Yeah, and I was like,
and way too stupid. Also, I mean, that's one thing I actually didn't like. Was like, some of the writing was like, "Are you kidding me? Like, she's that smart and she's gonna make, that
mistake." Yeah.
She even says, though, they kind of cover it where they're like, she says something where like, the Conjuring's easy. It's the lies that you got to keep track of. But they're talking for like 2 minutes and she slips up.
Not very good. Not a good liar.
Yeah. But yeah, I like that. And it was this movie too. It's like you'll get more. You'll definitely even get more out of it if you've seen WandaVision. You don't need to see those things, but Loki and stuff. But you will get more out of it if you do see those things.
Yeah, and I have not. I have not seen WandaVision. Have not seen Loki.
Because the whole kid thing it's the plot of WandaVision. Yeah. She goes absolutely crazy and she takes over this town and invents her own reality.
Yeah, like I guess kidnaps the people all in the town.
Everyone in the town is brainwashed, exactly. But it really shows you how fucking powerful she is at this point. But
well, I think they showed that in this film too.
Oh my god, dude!
She was annihilating.
Someone's got to take her out. Yeah, you just got to kill her.
So Devin was telling me that the last female superhero that she killed was Captain Marvel in a different universe, but it was her friend who got the powers and not not what's her face.
American Chavez, is that what you're talking about?
No. Captain Marvel.
Yeah, what about her?
But her friend was the last one that got killed by Scarlet Witch. So it was her friend in like the comic book series who got the powers instead of whoever plays Captain Marvel. I forget
in this one. Yeah, I can't remember, but I totally forgot about Captain Marvel in this. Actually, yeah, she gets crushed.
Yeah, she does. Gets crushed, man.
And she also is Captain Marvel. She's like one of the most powerful superheroes in the entire thing. She gets just
that's what I was kind of like. What the hell? Like, Scarlet Witch is really that powerful now that she's even more powerful than Captain Marvel,
especially with the Darkhold.
Yeah,
which is the most like evil. It was written pretty much for her because there was like a prophecy that's the Scarlet Witch, and they talk about the Scarlet Witch in WandaVision a lot too. But it's like everyone kind of knows about her and but knows that someday the Scarlet Witch will come and destroy everything, and then it ends up being Wanda Maximoff.
I loved her big, giant demon soldiers, but they sure didn't do much. But they
Hell
look cool.
no.
They look cool, but they didn't do anything. They got killed immediately. They're hanging around for an hour and a half of this film, and then when it's time to fight, they all die instantly.
I really was not sure what they were going to do with that.
Yeah.
But at that point, America Chavez gets pretty powerful. Mm-hmm. So she's punching people. And in the comic, too, she can just punch people and they turn into fucking stardust. And
that's cool.
Yeah.
That's a power I'd like to have.
But I did like the look of her punching through the universe and it being a giant star. Cut out.
I did like that,
super
actually.
Cool.
Yeah, that was cool.
In this film, we can talk about it. We don't have much time, but we talk about the controversy and how it's been banned in so many places because of an 11-second clip of America Chavez's mother's.
Hey, look, man, look. 11 seconds is 11 seconds. These countries can't handle 11 seconds of two moms.
Yeah, not only that, but they live in an alternate universe.
And literally just saying that they're moms. That's it. Like, literally nothing else.
There's not a full frontal sex scene.
No. There's not even hand holding.
I know.
I mean, there's literally, it's literally just like, hi, we are your moms.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, goodbye. We get
sucked into a portal.
It's like, if anything, if you were so against it, you would be like, oh, cool, they got sucked in a portal. Now
Dead.
We have to deal with it. Yeah, But it was such a big deal.
Not only that, but they lived in like a universe. Her universe is like a utopia. It's like perfect.
Right.
They live in a perfect society where anyone can be with anyone. I mean, it's clearly showing like this is a good society. Like things are clean. Things are right.
Until that damn bee screwed everything
But these
up.
countries are like, we can't have that.
No.
Yeah. So I guess Saudi Arabia, a bunch of Middle Eastern countries, China, of course.
Of course.
Hasn't been a Marvel film in China for the last 5 Marvel films, I believe.
Well, I guess you're missing out.
But Saudi Arabia, and I like that Disney pretty much said, we're not changing it.
No.
It's an 11-second clip, and that would have been easy to edit out. But they're like, fuck it, we're not going to change that. And so multiple Middle Eastern countries are not showing this film. And it's still crushing at the box office.
Yeah, of course. But that's the biggest thing with me, okay? If you're going to make a stance and fight for rights, which you should, I think that's all great, stand by it. So I'm glad that Disney did not bend the knee to these countries and cut out 11 seconds over something that's so stupid as that. Like, come on.
Yeah.
Like, goodness gracious. So it's like, I'm glad they're actually sticking their ground. And I don't give Disney too many compliments when it comes to stuff like this. But, like, I'm glad that they stood their ground and said, no, we're not going to do that. We're not going to bend the knee just so you guys can see
it is good. And that's a huge, I mean, America Chavez, she is a lesbian hero. I mean, she is that's a big part of her story as well, So I just, Disney just weighs the options and they say, hey, this is going to make us look a lot better than taking away. So we're not going to, if it was going to potentially make them a lot more money, they would have 100% taken it out.
Yeah.
But they said this is going to look better. And it's potentially a character that will be in these Marvel films
for a while.
The
it seems like they're building her up for something very big.
The fact that she can, that now they have that plot device where they can just go in and out of universes.
She might be, honestly, like, and this is not hyperbolic, she might be one of the biggest pivotal characters in this new Phase 4. That's because she has that.
And that's what everyone has talked about, is that this is the film that's kicking off Phase 4. Yep. This is one that's just going to burst it wide open. So she's going to be important for sure.
Yeah.
One little small thing was I was so mad that the Minotaur guy got killed immediately. Yeah, what was that about?
I know, frustrating. But he kind of came back to life, I guess?
I guess not. That guy is actually a character in the Marvel comic books. He comes from another planet. But God, did he have a lackluster?
Yeah, he did. He was killed, and then he
the fact you even show
Scarlet
one Minotaur
Witch
guy at all and be like, oh, this guy's going to be something. He's a Minotaur.
Of course. They don't die easily.
No. But Scarlet Witch, I mean, she could just tear through anything as well. Even Minotaurs can't do anything. Yeah. But overall, I liked it. It's in my opinion, it's one of my favorite Marvel films for sure.
Really?
But yeah, I mean, I don't have the highest regard of Marvel films. I mean,
that's kind of how I am too.
But this one felt like, although it definitely had that Marvel influence, it kind of felt like its own thing as far as they weren't just getting some generic director to come in. And I was really worried about that because sometimes when you bring a director in late, they kind of have to follow what that old director already set up. And this definitely felt like it was Sam Raimi's own thing and he wasn't following someone else's like guidelines or anything like that, which I liked.
Yeah. Alrighty. Well, and I mean, overall, I did enjoy this film. I would say some of the only things that I'm just a little bit over is just a Marvel formula. I think it's very formulaic. But I thought the new cool horror elements were cool. I mean, I enjoyed that. But that is it, guys. That is our review for Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness. If you like what you've seen here, please be sure to smash that like button, comment below, subscribe to the channel, and hit that bell notification as we drop videos here every single day. Thank you so much for watching and listening. My name is Mason Knight. That is Cash Krausen. Until next time.
Bye.